Hey you guys, I know I did a few videos already on Scream 7, but I really want to do more. So here I am. Okay, let's start with when I finished watching, I loved it, but I think I loved it because of the killings. Why is that? Because they were the most brutal that you have ever seen since Olivia dying on 4. Because her death was freaking crazy. Like the whole room, like as you watch and you see like the characters inside of like that bloody room, it was crazy. But okay, let's start with an opening scene. And I think this opening scene was so good. It was way better than, I mean, I kind of like the one in the last movie, but not that much. In which, like, there's a ghost face review, and then, like, haha, he's not the ghost face, you know? It would have been very interesting if we had been shown who Ghostface is at first, but I'm not too bothered by it. And then on Scream 5, we didn't have a death. It was boring. Like, the opening scene needs a death. Okay, like that is just what it is. It needs it. Um, so it gave us like really good depth also. Thought it was really interesting how they used this concept of like creating a Airbnb at Stillmarker's house and putting the exact places where people died or where stuff happened. I mean, it's a little creepy like to go for a tea, like even like the positions of how they died, like I don't know, too crazy, but I really enjoyed. I thought it was so good. um I love it. I love Jimmy and Michelle's um portrayal of the characters. I know that the opening scene, like they don't get much screen time, but I think this was one of the longest ones, maybe opening acts, but it was really good. And then we fast forward, and we're back with Sydney as the protagonist, which is really fun. I really like that. But okay. Before we go there, I just want to say that it's creepy that her daughter thinks is sexy and like a nice foreplay for her boyfriend to imitate the psycho killer boyfriend that her mother had when she was her age. And like, I'm sorry, how do you know also line by line? Like, people would only know that if Sydney had said something. So I think like that is kind of like a mistake that they shouldn't have put in the movie, because like how do people know what Billy said when he went up on Sydney's window? Like, doesn't make any sense. However, okay, fine. We passed that. Like, it's fine. And then okay, the killers, dude, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm sorry, you should have committed to Stu being alive. I don't even know where they're gonna take like with 8, because like the killers, they came out of nowhere. They didn't have a motive good enough. Like that was stupid. At least like with the other two movies, 5 and 6, they were trying to like kind of make like the first, but not really. So like the legacy characters were there, but at the same time, like the story was progressing to a different type of friend group, but it's still related a little bit to Sydney. But these people have no relationship to Sydney. It's just weird. Like, commit to Stu Marker being alive, and I'll be so freaking happy. Like, literally, when he showed up, like in the first call, I jumped in my seat. Like, my friend was like, "Oh my god, B, you're so funny," and then I was just like, "Oh my god, he's alive. He is alive," but he wasn't. It was stupid AI. Also, I don't understand like the focus on AI in this movie. Like, usually Scream makes parodies of other movies and sometimes talk about like what is important in the society, like at the moment, like Scream 4, it was just like, oh my gosh, I want to be famous, I want to have the 15 minutes of fame, whatever. And then Amber and Richie were like, oh my god, we need like to create our own movie, we need to make it better, we need to like something related to social media. And I understand that right now our conversation socially is about AI, but I don't think it I don't think it makes sense. The scene where everybody, all the other killers are there, and it's really bad because like they look old. Like, how do you know how somebody would look at that age? Like, and why put Dewey? Like, you put all the killers, and they're like, oh yeah, Sid, hi, I'm here. You killed me. Like, Sydney was not even in. Well, she was in the movie that he was killed. Yes, but like she didn't. Anyways, I get, I get so mad, but I hated what they did with Gail in this one. Like, we know she's story hungry in her journalism, but she went too far with Sydney. She was barely there. Chen and Mindy, oh my god, why they don't just die? How is Chad alive? And how is Chad alive after this freaking movie? Homeboy, I don't know if he has organs anymore. I don't know. I think it's hollow inside of him because not that he doesn't die. Um, Mindy, annoying as hell. I think she was like so. I don't. Mm-mm. I don't understand why they were there, why they joined forces with Gail, and she wants to be the next Gail. Like, no, baby girl, no. I think it was like nice-ish the scene that they were, reuniting all the kids at the bar, and they were like, oh, you have motive. You would be like this character, and then like everybody else dies. But I think it's so out of nowhere, this movie. I feel like they should have planned a little bit better. Like, why not make, I don't know, get somebody that it was from, I don't know, their past, really. I think there was some theories about Anna Camp's character being somebody from Stu's family. That would have been like really good, because we've seen family like go after Sydney and go after people because, like, they were ghost faces and they died. We saw this in the last movie. Like, the whole Psycho family went after Tara and Sam because they killed Richie. It wouldn't be so far fetched to have Anna Camp be like in the Macker family. But like, oh yeah, and that was like the random dude in the mid movie. Mid movie, he was like killer. He was the guy who looked to Sydney weird, and that was his participation, like out of nowhere. I am like a big fan of Scream, but honestly, I can't with this. Like, this one was not it. Um, Also, McKenna Grace's death scene. Wow, I was in shock. I was like, this is so good. This is cinematic good. Like, whenever we see, okay, again, spoilers, you guys know that. When her guts are out and like you get the back shot, that's insane. That was crazy. It was a great shot, like, was terrible if somebody goes through that in real life, but like, goddamn, that was good. And also, was it Lucas, his name, the horror fan? Like, I really didn't care about these new characters because everybody that was new died. That was another problem. Everybody who was new died. Like, why bring them? Why bring them to the table if like whoever's gonna live is Sydney and her friends? It doesn't make sense. But what I was gonna say, horror fan guy, death crazy as well. That was insane. And to know that it was his mother, crazy shit. Crazy shit. Um, Also, what I was gonna say, yeah, that we brought new people and they died. That was one thing more that I want to talk about this. I remember what it was. It was that, how the hell? Okay, first of all, I don't like this mark. Okay, it was supposed to be Patrick Dempsey. Okay, Sydney in our head is canon. She married the detective. Okay, not this police officer dude. But he was really cute. He tried helping Sydney and everything. And also, why the hell is he still alive at the end? How does he has strength to do what he did and help them? That man, I think he's as strong as Chad, apparently, because they don't die after like thousands and thousands and thousands of like stabbing. Like, they don't die. They are, wizards. Who the hell knows? But honestly, I don't know. I felt very disappointed after I had like a few days to process the movie. I really hope that they redeem themselves with Screamate, but I don't know what the hell do they have to say. Like, it's not like part of the friend group survived. Because, like, even from the first to the second movie, Sydney still had Randy, Gail, Dewey, like, she still had people. Tatum has no one. Tatum has her family. That's it, you know? But, anyways, thanks so much, you guys, for hearing me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.